Hi guys, back again with another layout update. This is the March 2014 layout update and my 11th update overall. First and foremost, I would like to thank Al and Greg, TM and N, and West Coast Rails for coming out and visiting my layout a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. I really enjoyed your guys' visit, enjoyed talking to you guys about the hobby, and you guys gave me a bunch of tips and tricks and stuff how to fix my engine, which I fixed my PGE engine, which we found out the problem with, and wiring, soldering, track, whole bunch of things that you guys recommended and gave me tips on how to do. So I really enjoyed you guys' visit and hope to see you guys out here in the future. Second off, I would like to apologize for the poor video quality on the last layout update. I don't know why this happened. I believe it was just because it was an older camera and I didn't buy an HD card because it's hard to find those cards for that older camera in particular. But sorry for those of you who had to squint through the blurriness. I apologize, and let's get to it. So first thing is ballast. I finished up the ballast in the yard. The reason I did it a different color was because I'm trying to simulate like a branch line, sort of short line sort of deal. Just like we have here in British Columbia, we have the SRY Railroad, which is Southern Railway of British Columbia, and they interchange with Burlington Northern Santa Fe, and they have switched various industries, lumber, paper mill, whole bunch of things down there in New Westminster. So that's why it's a different ballast color, but it looks pretty good in the yard, and that's out of the way. The only thing I haven't ballasted yet is the Walther switches that I have to put turnouts in, and the inner loop and the tracks that go to that grain elevator and transformer making facility. Second thing you may have noticed is the roads. A guy named Dick Hawkshaw lives in Chilliwack, British Columbia. He, well-known model railroader, he recommended that I use Fun Foam. You can get it at really any dollar store from what I believe. And they come in sheets the size of a regular sheet of paper, white sheet of paper, about 2 or 3 sheets of paper thick. And for the roads I use charcoal, and for the sidewalks I use white. And the reason I use white is because it's easy to paint lighter gray on top of white as opposed to black or yellow or green or whatever. But these sheets come in various colors. They come in green, brown, pink, purple, whatever other colors there are. But I use charcoal or black and white with painted gray for my sidewalks and roads. The sidewalks are going to be double stacked on top of each other, so it creates a bit of depth. Like on real roads, the sidewalk is higher than the road. So that'll look cool, and to fill in the gaps where the two pieces meet, I'm going to use probably silicone or drywall mud, sand it down, and weather the roads, and put the stripes for the lanes and whatnot. And yeah, the other thing you'll probably see is I've put lights in all my buildings, all the way around to the grain elevator, transformer facility, and lumber mill. The only buildings I haven't put lights in are the church and the hardware store and the little white farmhouse down at the farm, because they're light color and the lights that I use shine through them. So I'm probably going to just put resistors on those lights so it dims it down a little bit. Second thing here is the bridges. This is my last bridge I have to build, and that's all part of my highway project. So basically it's going to go over that bridge and into the distance, where I'll show you in a minute. But the roads are going to be 2 lanes on the main drag, 2 lanes through the city there, and it's going to go down to 1 lane each way, and it's going to go up the hill there over that bridge, which is yet to be completed, and then over to this bridge, which I'm quite happy how it turned out. I'm going to go over that bridge, and that's just going to go to the abyss, so to speak. And I really like this scene. Turned out really nice with the signals, switches, the maintenance of way truck, and the fences and all that. I think that scene looks really good. And it looks awesome with the train going underneath it. It has about 1.5 inches, 2 inches of clearance, so my auto racks and double stacks can fit underneath it. And if there's any problems, then I'll just shim it because it's not glued down yet. Now for down the road there, I'm going to cut the plaster cloth so the balsa wood, the width of the bridge, will fit down that area. And to fill in the areas where the plaster cloth has been cut out, I'm going to use I-beams, styrene I-beams, and balsa wood, and plant the I-beams every so often where the plaster cloth has been cut to simulate kind of like a guardrail for any falling rocks or trees so it doesn't wash out onto the highway. And I'm trying to kind of simulate the scene of like up in Salmon Arm or Squamish, BC, where the 2 lanes each way go down to 1 lane each way, and through tight areas like this one. But like I said, I'm really happy how that bridge turned out. I'm going to use BLMA K-rails, and I'm going to use Quick Stripe. A lot of people have recommended Quick Stripe for the lines on the road, and I'm going to probably put street lamps or little lights and reflectors and so forth so the bridge is lit up at night. I'm also, where that little intersection is there, where it branches off down the dirt road, I'm going to put a caution light that hangs over the highway. Also what you see up in Salmon Arm on the highway sometimes, where it's not actually a stoplight, it just shows the people on the smaller side roads to slow down and wait for your turn for any passing cars. I also put in the retaining wall back there, which I'm going to weather. I made that out of scrap balsa wood. Turned out really nice. I quite like it. Fits into the scene perfectly. And yeah, the last bridge is right here, which the train is about to go over. And again, made it out of balsa wood and any scrap material or any scrap wood I could find around here. I weathered it. I weathered it on the ends to make it look like it's cut iron, and I weathered the braces to make it look like it's a rusty beams to support the rails. And I'm trying my best to kind of make them look like real bridges with the way that they're supported with the different beams and columns and so forth. And I think they turn out really good. And also what I was saying about how the beams and so forth, if you look where I ended the bridge, I'm showing the beams so it looks like the beams are holding up the bridge deck like real bridges would. Now moving back over here, that little warehouse thing over there, I bought that from the hobby store a couple weeks ago, and it cost me 15 bucks, made by somebody, used, weathered, and it's really nice model, made out of cardboard, balsa wood light. Put a light in it, and because it's rustic looking, I kind of put it in the forest, kind of old ghost town sort of deal. And it looks really good there. And what used to be there, if you guys remember, is a old coal tower or flood loader, which I moved over here because in previous videos I was saying that I need a flood loader or coal tower to load my ore cars for the open pit mine. And that's where that's going. I just need to put a light in it and install it in its proper place. And that's that. By now I don't have to go out and buy a brand new one. I also, all the way back here on my bench, I got some more organizing tools, so to speak, for anything. And I've labeled all my little compartments with weathering details or couplers or whatever. But that's turned out pretty well, pretty nice. So that pretty much concludes this video here. I have done some programming stuff, which I'll probably show in a later video because I do have some problems with it that I'm going to try and work out. But other than that, guys, thanks for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, and have a nice day.